Hello, everybody. I'm Austin,
And I'm Dan.
and we're here to play games.
With coffee
Or tea, as the case may be for us.
or tea in
Yeah.
a coffee shop
That's right.
in the rain.
That's true. And they alt Seattle with lots of interesting creatures and people.
Yes.
So as we are, welcome back to Coffee Talk, obviously. And, last time we got to meet Rachel's father, Hendry, with his fabulous mustache.
Mustache, indeed.
Mustache.
Hendry was interesting. He's an interesting character. I
He
liked him.
is. Yeah. Let's go back. Let's see. With the Tomodachi, that's what it was.
Yeah, I think we got him on here.
Yeah. Yeah, there it is. Look at his profile
Hendry.
picture. It's so cute. Anyway.
Yeah, he's got like a closed profile there. But yeah, I'm sure he'll come back.
Yeah, for sure. So before we really kick things off, what kind of tea you drinking today, Dan?
So I'm drinking a Chinese green tea. I am going to attempt to pronounce this properly once. It is Duyun Mao Jian, I believe, is the way you pronounce it. I'm about to get into it. It's one that's kind of been in my backlog of teas for a while. It apparently has kind of vegetable tones, kind of like fried spinach, with some other more fruity, like melon accents and stuff. So it smells really good.
Nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm currently nursing a tea, and all of mine are from Adagio Teas at the moment. Hashtag not sponsored or whatever, but like it's just where I got my stuff from.
Yeah.
And this one they have is called Throat Therapy, and so it's got like licorice and cinnamon and a whole gambit of other like good flavors to go along with the
Bouquet, if you will.
yeah, there's something meant for like to coat the throat. I can't remember what it's called at the moment, so I'm not looking at it.
Yep. That sounds good.
But the slippery elm, that's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Gotcha.
like that along with the variety of flavors. So I'm nursing that right now because allergies are kicking my butt, but it's nice. It's a gentle aroma, very calm, like white tea. So
White teas are really good when you're kind of under the weather.
yeah. So before we get caught up with what's going on with Bill Nanigan and Freya, we should look at what today's story is.
Yeah, let's read through this. The anxious boy and his love stories on public transport. Interesting.
Yeah. Oh look, because we played through Xenogears now, I'm seeing her last name is Fatima.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's a head nod to the game and the writer enjoyed Xenogears, or if it just happened to be that way.
Well, it could be a just a general usage of the word, but it could also be that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
The world may never know. The day was hot, sunny, and humid, just like most days in Jakarta. I was standing inside a crowded bus, neither well-functioning air conditioning nor proper ventilation, trying to keep myself productive and in the uncomfortable environment by reading my recently bought copy of Maruki Harakami's. Oh, that's right. Forgot about that. The Elephant Vanishes, while listening to a random playlist on my old iPod. Despite the hellish conditions, you could say I was luckier than most because I was standing near the rear door of the bus, leaning my back on the side of a seat, safe enough to not fall out of the bus, but breezy enough to breathe freely. As mentioned, I was on a public bus in Jakarta, so naturally I needed to be wary with my surroundings, mostly keeping my belongings secure from pickpockets and other human pests. I glanced around the bus several times in between pages, and that was when I saw her. It's hard to describe her. She has no specific characteristic to differentiate her from other women. She was like the perfect example of the girl you walk past unseeing on the sidewalk every day. A girl you might glance at for a second, and then a few steps later it would have been hard to even remember her hair color, never mind what her eyes, her nose, her mouth looked like. She was standing near the front door of the bus, not leaning on anything or anyone, not touching the bacteria-infested hand grip on the ceiling of the bus, although to be fair, it might have been hard for her to reach that grip anyway. But still, she stood there with the perfect balance of a tree rooted in healthy soil. She stood as if somebody had silently put the Venus de Milo on the bus, and she somehow fit perfectly without anyone noticing it happening. She was wearing a pair of earphones, wired, just like the headphones were supposed to be. Or just like headphones are supposed to be.
Agreed.
And a slight smile on her face. Sometimes she closed her eyes for a few moments, enjoying the music only she could hear. Her eyes rarely stayed in one place. They kept wandering around the bus, not too fast like someone anxious, not too slow like someone looking at something specific. Maybe she's the one, I thought. This isn't the first time I thought like this had crossed my mind. As a hopeless romantic, seeing any woman who piqued my interest will immediately trigger a story in my imagination. A story of how I'll approach them, get to know them, with the proviso that was just as I imagined them to be. Start dating, get married, have kids, grow old in our home, and so on and so on. Random cuties, that's what I'll call them. Unicorns among horses. The term doesn't apply to any cute girl I see, of course. Has to be someone special, or at least someone I imagine to be special. The thing is, automatically imagining those stories whenever I happen across a random cutie isn't healthy. It puts a toll on my mind and, of course, my heart. It creates a lot of unhealthy expectations before any opportunities even arise. Oh shit! She looked at me. We made eye contact for a brief flash of seconds. I immediately returned to my book. Did she notice me staring at her? Did she see what I was thinking? My mind won't stop spinning, overthinking, while my pulse beats double time in my ears. I continue staring at my book with what just happened. I obviously can't read it properly. My eyes were looking at the words, but nothing was being processed other than thoughts of her. I glanced back at her. She was staring at me. Eye contact more than once has to mean something. Should I approach her and introduce myself? Yes, I should. What if things go wrong? What's the worst thing that could happen if we introduce ourselves? First, it's a crowded bus, and moving from the rear door to the front will definitely annoy some people. Second, what if we approach her, she becomes annoyed and... Oh, come on, you're overthinking as usual. Nothing bad will happen, even if she does get annoyed. Don't dismiss me, nothing bad will happen. Well, she might scream and say I'm a pervert, and then the whole bus will beat me to death. Oh, and the worst option, what if we introduce ourselves and then it turns out she's not like we imagined her to be? All the time and energy will be wasted, exchanged for years of agony. Oh, everything will be fine. Don't worry so much. No matter what happens second, we still have to try something first. No, that's too much of a risk. The debate is still raging inside my head, and that's when it happens. We make eye contact again. This time it lasts longer than a few seconds. And then she smiled at me. Just a small curve on those perfectly average, beautiful lips. I quickly returned to my book. See, you have to do something. Oh, look, another typo. Something.
Something.
You have to do something. But remember the girl with the violin we saw on the train to Yogyakarta a few years ago?
Yeah.
Of course I remember. Exactly. She was just a random person that sat across from you on the train. We don't even remember what month it was, and yet we still remember the maroon coat she was wearing, the violin case she put in the overhead compartment, her reddish hair and that pixie cut, her... Stop it! That was different, and we might have saved ourselves a lot of embarrassment by not talking to her. The thoughts, the noise, the internal dialogue, it won't stop. I was sweating, but not because of the heat. Cold sweat. This had to stop. Stop! I screamed internally. Everything stopped. And just in time, my old iPod randomly shuffled to Explosions in the Spaces. The only moment we were alone, I cranked up the volume, put my book in my bag, and just breathed. Yes, I might lose the chance to meet the one by doing this, but at least as long as I don't know her, she's perfect. As far as I know, she might be listening to Explosions in the Space. As far as I know, she might be a big fan of Harakami and Final Dreams 9. As far as I know, Final Fantasy maybe?
And Freya has a 9 on her arm.
That's true.
Yeah.
As far as I know, she might be single. As far as I know, she might be the 100% perfect match for me that I believe can't exist if my knowledge of her goes any farther than what I know right now. Besides, as the old saying goes, if it's meant to be, it will be. The bus stopped in front of the plaza. Sinayan, my destination. It was time for me to go. I decided not to look in her direction as I left, knowing that if I looked at her, it would be the last time I ever saw her. That That's too hard for a hopeless romantic like me. I left the bus and enjoyed the warm sun and the breeze of fresh air, finally out of that metal Schrodinger's box. That's when it happened. I turned my head to the right, and there she was, standing alone, enjoying the breeze. Now she was free of the roasting metal box we humans named a bus. She turned her head to the left, showing a glimmer of surprise at seeing me standing there. After that, she smiled. So, if it's meant to be, it will be.
Interesting.
Yeah. Anxious boy and his love stories in the public transport. I liked that. That was cute.
It's a good description of anxiety there with that, that moment.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's jump in here.
So
Are you sure that would be okay?
Yes. I mean, it would be really hard to pull it off. But it's something that'll make the story different.
Different isn't always good. It's a neat concept, but you need to handle it carefully and gracefully.
Which we know Freya is full of.
Indeed.
I know.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're being joined by a new person. So, oh yeah, Gala's back. So that story, by the way, it is set in Indonesia. For anyone who was wondering what those cities were, they were real city names.
Yeah. Although I think the Maruki Harakama isn't that like the first letters are switched?
Yeah, I believe it is. Yeah, Haruki Murakami is the real name.
Yeah. Mr. Gala. Hey, Gala. Good evening, everyone.
Welcome, Mr. Gala.
Need some Galahad? Am I interrupting? It looked like you were having an intense discussion. It's nothing. Bill Nanigan was just giving me feedback. It's for the book I'm writing. Sounds like a heavy discussion. What are you up to tonight? I'm just planning to sit and relax. Please don't let my presence interrupt you. Oh, don't worry about it. Although, I need to interrupt Bill Nanigan for a moment.
Sure, how can I help you?
Can I have a cup of... You remember my remedy?
Of course. Do you want to give it a try again?
My last order might have been the right drink, but let's give it a try again. Just to be sure.
Okay.
Remember, it has tea and ginger. Don't worry, boo. I got you. Tea, milk, and ginger.
Galahad.
In that order. Let's go. Boom.
There we go. Judging from the smell, this looks like it.
Indeed. I have the same feeling.
I've made a note of that mixture.
Perfect. Anyway, please don't mind me and continue with your discussion. I'll just eavesdrop as I sit right here very close to Freya.
Exactly. Don't worry, Mr. Gala. We're done for the night.
You're done? I have a lot of new homework thanks to you.
You're welcome.
Is Hyde coming? No, I'm by myself tonight. It's gonna be a peaceful night then.
That's mean, Freya.
I like Hyde though. Oh, come on, I'm just joking. He needs to learn how to communicate his thoughts nicely though. He might not look like it, but he's a very kind person, you know. He doesn't show it, that's for sure.
That applies to you as well.
Oh. Oh, come on.
Burn.
Hot kettle. Oh, hey, bud. Oh, I don't remember what voice I gave him.
Oh, it's Bailey's, yeah.
Good evening, everyone.
Welcome, Mr. Bailey's.
Hey. How you doing, Freya? Not good. What's the matter? What's going on? Bill Nanigan was just criticizing my story.
It's called feedback.
Critiquing, not criticizing. It's cruel.
It's necessary.
That sounds interesting. What's the problem with the story? The story is non-linear and quite complicated. Imagine a choose-your-own-adventure storybook, but for adults. Sounds pretty common so far. But instead of telling you which page to turn to, each decision you make will give you a score. What? That score will determine which page you should go to. That sounds more like a video game than a book.
Ah, that's cool.
I know, it's not that original. But my target here is the mainstream audience. Huh? With the help of my publisher, this kind of book may go mainstream. Just like that Choose Your Own Adventure show on Netstream.
Netstream.
It was nothing new, but because of the marketing and the names involved, it reached the mainstream market. That sounds interesting and highly ambitious, Freya. At least it's simpler than my other idea, which is making the novel not in the form of a book, but in the form of story cards. Oh. What?
I know, right? As if she has all the time in the world.
Right, it was due like 3 weeks ago.
And that's before even considering the sensitive issue of setting the story in a world where only humans exist.
Oh, right, I remember her talking about that. What did you say? No, there's a reason why it has to be that way. Just wait until I finished it, okay? All right, all right. As Blenenigan said, though, I won't have the time. Getting a normal pitch approved is already a steep climb. Let's not make the mountain even higher. Fair enough. What's the story all about, by the way? You'll have to wait for it. Don't want to spoil the fun. If you say so. Anyways, I haven't ordered anything.
Excuse me. What do you want to drink tonight?
Ginger latte, if you know how to make it.
Do we have that one?
I don't think so, actually. It'd be coffee.
No, we do not.
Alright, so I'm gonna go with probably coffee, milk and ginger, maybe?
That sounds right, since it's a latte.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It's a lot of fun.
Hey.
Milk ginger coffee.
That doesn't sound right.
Nope, trash it. Get out of here.
Maybe,
Coffee gingered milk?
yeah, coffee ginger milk, yeah.
That drink looked sickly. Ah, there we go.
That's it. There you go.
Boom.
Here you go.
Also,
What we
let's
got
take a look here.
Oh,
Gala
updates.
has an update. What
Music,
I'm doing with my
Metal
life.
Maiden.
Full Metal Jarhead is one of his favorite books.
Nice.
Trying to heal myself by helping other people heal. Oh,
Very good.
so wholesome. Hey, Bailey's. Let's see what you got here.
#1 pumpkin spice fan.
Yes. Oh.
Pumpkin Spice is a punk band. That's, okay.
Oh, maybe like Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah, probably.
Listening to Pumpkin Spice since I was a wee lad. Escaping bloodlines, experiencing life one color at a time. One day I will have my own solo exhibition. Right.
Wasn't he
He's a
in the
photographer.
relationship? Yeah, he was in that relationship with
Lua.
Lua, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess there's
Wait.
relationship status on
Her
this
picture's
one.
different. I think it was a different picture than last time.
I wonder if they split.
I don't know.
Interesting.
Hyde definitely had some strong opinions about their relationship before, so
Yeah, that's true.
there we go. Let's get out of here. Thanks. Damn, this is good. With this kind of drink making skill, I wonder why your place isn't any bigger.
What we have here now is more than enough for me.
Not to mention we stay up till midnight or later. Whatever floats your boat, I guess. By the way, how are you doing, Bailey's? Still busy with your last client? Oh, I'm done with her. Done? As in you're dropping the project? Hey, I'm not crazy. I still need the money. Done, as in I finished the job. I spent the past few days making sure. It's even done before the deadline. Did she like it? Oh, she loved it. She had some complaints, of course, but I convinced her. By using some design terms she doesn't understand. I've been there. So, you finished your job by bullshitting her? The finest bullshit, my lady. That's one survival skill every freelancer must have. Any customer-facing position must have.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Are you working on anything right now? No. I'm taking a break from work. Need to work on a few personal matters. Oh. Like you and Lua? Something like that. By the way, I'm curious. How did you guys meet? If you don't mind me asking. I don't mind. It's just that I was young and stupid, you know? Oh, come on. Who hasn't been there? You're right. So, I was a bit of a player back in college. Ooh, spicy. And I was going after my then best friend's girlfriend's friend. Say that time 5 times fast.
Okay, yeah.
Wait, what? Okay, I'll say it slowly. I used to have a best friend. He was an incubus. Okay. Let's call him Cognac. Cognac has a girlfriend. Still following. And that girl has a friend. That friend is the one I'm after. Oh, okay. Got it. She was one of the hottest girls there, but everyone knew she wasn't the type of girl you'd want to date. Why? I don't want to get into the details, but this succubus was super hot. And all the guys wanted to sleep with her. She was a player, too. Huh? That doesn't sound like Lua at all. Because it wasn't Lua, genius. Huh? Lua was my friend's girl. Holy moly! This is getting spicier. The other girl's name was... let's call her Rose. Continue. I knew Lua thanks to her relationship with Cognac. That's a fake name you made up, right? Yes. Now, will you let me continue without interruptions? Okay. So I asked Lua a lot of things about Rose. She knew that I was after. It annoyed her so much, but I kept on bothering her. I mean, I was a pretty active guy back then. So Lua came over to visit us at one point. I lived with Cognac back in college. I'd been out. I got back just as Lua arrived. A total coincidence. We went into our place together and witnessed something surprising. What? I can guess. Yeah, I was about to say. Cognac was sleeping with Rose. Holy mother of Molly! I saw the look on Lua's face. The disbelief, anger, sadness. Without even thinking about it, I punched Cognac in the face. You what? I got into a fight with him. Oh, I haven't told you. Cognac was a Brazilian jiu-jitsu tutor for kids.
Oh, no.
He's pretty good. Oh my. Yeah, I landed that one punch, and he beat me to a pulp. Easily. Lua begged me to stop fighting on her behalf. More like she begged Cognac. Hey, I wasn't kidding. I lost, but I don't give up so easily. I was beaten pretty bad. So Lua took care of my injuries. We grew closer, and after that... I don't even remember the exact date, but suddenly that friendship turned into a relationship. It is one hell of a story. It really is.
Yeah.
I know. Have you seen her by any chance? Yeah. Lua came by a few days ago. How is she doing? She hasn't returned any of my calls or texts. Well, she's healthy, that's for sure. She got into an argument, though. With whom? There's this male model. A model? I didn't think she was the type of girl to go out with a model. Oh, they weren't together. What were they arguing about? Well, we were talking about your relationship. Lua told us about the reason behind the fight. and about your family stuff. And then this guy, Hyde, joined the discussion. What did he say? He didn't understand why Lua would insist on getting family approval. Considering, you know... What? You're willing to leave your own family? You would do that for her? Yes, I would. I'm sick and tired of my family. Why would you say that? Let me tell you about my family. Oh, look at Gala over there just sipping his tea.
Yeah, just listening.
He's getting the tea while sipping his tea. Or, I should say, most elven families. They all think they're so high and mighty. If you're born an elf, there are certain unwritten rules you must follow. Reputation and appearance are everything. We must never, ever make our family look bad. You can only befriend certain people. You must dress a certain way. You can only have certain jobs. Jobs that are deemed worthy and successful. Like being a doctor, a lawyer, a CEO. You know. Ever since I was a kid, I've always wanted to be an artist. I love drawing and creating art. However, becoming an artist is not something elves would deem suitable. Unless you become the next Da Vinci. And so, when I switched from a business major to an art major, my parents went crazy. Screamed like they were on fire. They told me that I'd never be rich or successful. All that because you chose an art degree? You want to know the worst part? They blamed Lua.
Of course.
What do you mean? They blamed her for my decision to pursue my passion for art. Yelled about how her kind is ruining the country.
Oh.
Accusing the religion of worshiping the Dark Lord. Accusing her of putting a spell on me and cursing the family. Whoa.
That is intense.
It is. I mean, come on. This is the 21st century. That's so not cool. I don't want to sound judgmental, but your family's racist.
Yeah.
Boy, howdy, I'll say.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Tell me about it. You know, I bet there are a lot of people, though, who can... Like, it's obviously a very different situation, but I can think of a couple people who would probably understand that feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It seems like it's a pretty relatable situation.
For sure. Yep. All right. Lua is the only person that can make me feel alive. All right. She showed me how I could be free and pursue my dreams. I don't understand why Lua is so obsessed with the idea of reconciliation with my family. I just don't get it. I have no problem leaving my family, you know? I would happily leave them for the both of us. What about her? What about her and her family? You may be happy to leave your family. However, it may not be the same for her. Gala, do you have something to say? Excuse me. Perhaps you could give us a different perspective. Sorry, I didn't mean to eavesdrop. Yes, you did. Don't even lie.
Look at that face.
I know. I couldn't help overhearing your story. I assume that the person you're talking about is not an elf, correct? Yes, she's a succubus. I see. I'm a werewolf. For werewolves, the wolf pack is the most important thing. We'll put family before any other. We often have our own problems within the pack. But we don't abandon our family for anything. Perhaps that's also true for her and her family. Besides, if you leave your family for her, wouldn't that make your parents believe that all those bad stereotypes about succubi are true?
Mm-hmm.
I never thought of it that way before. Whether you like it or not, your actions will have an impact on her as well. If you leave your family for her, that will put her in a difficult spot. She might feel responsible for your actions.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing to feel bad about. Yeah, but that's not how people work.
Well, and bad and responsible are two different things.
Right. I'm leaving my messy family to create a better one with her. It's easy for you to say that now, but you don't know what the future holds. One day, circumstances might change. One day, one of you might regret your decisions. One day, you might use the I left my family for you card. We love each other. I'll be with her whatever the circumstances may be. You know, love is like a flame. It might burn fiercely at first, but over time it will die down if you don't maintain it. Maintaining it won't be easy. It'll be hard work. Because life is full of storms. I feel like you're talking from some personal experience there, Chief.
Yeah.
And marriage, it will not survive on love alone. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, that's deep. We'll have each other, and that's enough for us. Tell me, do you have health insurance? What? I'm an elf. Why would I need health insurance? You'll need some. What for? Immortality is an elven privilege, but you'll lose it if your family disowns you. I've seen people go bankrupt because they fell ill or got seriously injured. Emptied their entire life savings for an $8 pill because this country they charge $20,000 for it.
Yeah.
Getting a little too close to home there, Gala.
Mm-hmm.
And if you decide to have children, well, they won't have the same privileges you do. There's a high probability that they'll be bullied for being a half-breed. There are consequences. It shouldn't be taken lightly. Think about it.
That practical wisdom for you.
Yeah, and it's interesting too because it doesn't directly contradict Hyde's advice.
No.
But it is different in a way that's worth considering all facets, you know?
Yeah, it's just another set of considerations, just as important.
Right. Anyway, I've got to go. I apologize for my intrusion. No, thank you for your insight. I gotta go too. Want to head out together? Sure. Thanks for the drink, Blananigan. And Freya. Bye. Later.
He just rolled out.
They sure did. What?
You made me lose 2 customers in a minute.
Because it's Freya's fault. Hey,
Yeah.
that wasn't on me. They were leaving anyway.
Are you going to write that in your book?
It's a secret.
If your book is based on this coffee shop, how could you present a story like theirs in a world with only humans around?
Oh, there are ways. I'm not sure.
Perhaps a hot drink will give you some inspiration.
Sounds like a great idea. All right.
Very good.
Yeah. Well,
Cafe latte, nice.
yep, that concludes today's episode. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We hope you were able to chill and relax and enjoy a hot drink.
Yeah, certainly a thought-provoking one in my opinion. So
Yeah.
hope you enjoyed, and yeah, we're getting interesting stories every time.
Yeah, I love it. I know it's not this is action-packed as some other games that we could be playing, but sometimes just a narrative-driven experience is worth it.
Yep. Hope you were able to have a nice, cozy time with this, and join us for the next one. We'll be seeing what comes next for our fantasy coffee shop here in Seattle.
That's right. In the meantime, if you do like what you've been watching, please hit all the buttons for us. It helps us a lot. Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments. If you're having a great day, let us know what kind of tea you're drinking, or coffee, or whatever. What helps you relax. The sound of rain, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
And check out our other stuff as well. We've got lots of stuff going on. I'm sure you'll find something that you like. But in the meantime, we hope you have a wonderful afternoon. And we will see you all in the next video.
See you next time.
Bye-bye now.